Hello everyone, welcome back to another class. In today's class we are going to discuss about the topic biodiversity. So what is biodiversity? What is the meaning of biodiversity? Let us first understand that. If we will split this term biodiversity into two parts, then we can get from here bio and diversity. So what is the meaning of bio? As we all know that bio means life forms or the living body. So when there is the life forms and diversity means variation. That means presence of varieties of living organisms or the life forms is considered as biodiversity. Okay, so presence of different types of life forms in a particular area. Let us take a very simple example, that is you are staying in whatever place, you can see a lots of varieties of birds surrounding your environment. Say for example, we can see crow, pigeon, sparrow. These are very commonly seen birds. Some of them can eat only the grains, some of them can consume only the flesh, some are black in color, some are brown in color, some are very big in size, some are very small in size. So in this way, not only in the bird category, in each and every category, like in the dogs, in the cats, human beings also, there are lots of differentiation. In all the types of plants, we can find a lots of differentiation, a lots of variety. So how we can define the term biodiversity? We can say that on a particular area, when there are different types of organisms, then we can consider this as biodiversity. That is, on the earth there are different types of localities, or there are different types of geographical area where we can find different types of life forms, varieties of life forms. That can be considered as biodiversity. Now here I have added two extra points which you can write down. In 1985, Walter Rosen was the first one who used this term biodiversity, and E.O. Wilson is the father of biodiversity. Now, as there are variety of living organisms present on the earth, depending upon which is carrying all the characters, for each and every types of living organisms, that is gene, right? Gene or the DNA is the basic blueprint of life form, which is carrying each and every information that how the organism will be, how a particular organism will be. So depending upon these varieties of characters, we can say that biodiversity are basically of three types. Biodiversity, we can differentiate the biodiversity into three types. There is genetic diversity. Now, what is the meaning of genetic diversity? Genetic diversity means in a particular area, there are lots of varieties of living organisms, right? There are varieties of living organisms, and in that living organisms, from where the variety is coming? From the genes. That means there are different types of genes. Maybe their chromosome number can vary, the size of the genes can vary. Different types of genes can be present there, who can carry different characters, who can characterize different types of phenomena of the organism, of the individual. So in that way we can see the genetic diversity. Next is the species diversity. The second type is the species diversity. So what is the meaning of species diversity? We can say that for an individual, when there are lots of varieties in a particular individual, then we can consider it as the species diversity. That is, fundamental characteristics will be same. When among all the individuals, when few individuals, the fundamental characters are same, then we can consider those individuals as the species. And when there are little differences between those species, then we can consider that condition as species diversity. And the third term and the third type is ecological diversity. Now, ecological diversity or ecosystem diversity means there are various types of ecosystem. We know that aquatic ecosystem is present there, terrestrial ecosystem is present there. We know different types of ecosystem is present there, and in each and every ecosystem there are also varieties of organisms, right? Say for example, in some in some aquatic ecosystem there are different types of fishes. Some can eat flesh, some can be depending upon only the aquatic plants. Some are very big, some are very small. Some big fishes can eat the small fishes. So in this way there are varieties of fishes. Along with that, different types of aquatic plants which are present in that environment. So in that way we can differentiate in these three types of biodiversity. Now, in this ecological biodiversity or ecological diversity also can be differentiated into further three steps. Okay. First one we can consider as alpha or alpha diversity. What is this alpha diversity? This alpha diversity represents the organism or the individuals present in one particular geographic location. That is from a very small aspect. When we are talking about the alpha diversity, that means for a particular region or for a particular location, when we are talking, then this is about the alpha diversity. Second is the beta diversity. Beta diversity. Beta diversity means when two such localities we are taking into consideration. That means alpha diversity will be there. That is from two different geographical locations we are taking into consideration. Then we can say it as beta diversity. And next is the gamma diversity. Alpha, beta and gamma diversity. So what is gamma diversity? In this gamma diversity, when we will consider the alpha as well as the beta diversity, that is as a whole, when we are talking about some place, the variation of the living organisms of a particular geographic location, then we can consider as it as the gamma diversity. So that means it is a much broader aspect. It will be much larger. As much larger the gamma diversity will be, we can get that much high variety of the living organisms. So that means diversification of the living organisms we can get in high quantity from the gamma diversity, and from the alpha diversity we can get a very little amount of the varying organisms or the different types of organisms. So these are all about the types of biodiversity. You can take a short note, a screenshot from here to get this information. And now let us move ahead into the second part, that is why this biodiversity is so important, why everyone is talking about conservation of the biodiversity, and why there are different types of principles, laws which are coming in front by Indian government, by different types of government worldwide. Because biodiversity can can maintain the whole ecological as well as the healthy ecosystem. That means as variety of living organisms will be present there on the earth, it can lead to the healthy food cycle as well as the food chain, food web can be maintained. As well as there are variations in the gene. As we can see, this is mentioned in the genetic diversity. So there are different types of genes which are present. Now as there are different types of genes, so we can preserve, as more and more varieties of genes will be present among the living organisms. We cannot see the bacteria, virus, those are the microscopic organisms. There are also varieties of bacteria, there are also varieties of microbes which we cannot see even. So can you understand that how much larger the variety in all the living organisms are present there? So if we can preserve them, if we can see the varieties of them, then it is very easy, it is very helpful for the living body to exist on the changing environment. So it will be very easy for them to adapt in any of the changing environment, right? So that is why in from all of these aspects, these are very important, as well as these are economically also very important. That is, in some places on our earth where we can find lots of diversity, in a forest if you will go, you can find different types of animals, different types of plants are present there, and those are for the entertainment purpose, also for the tourist. So for tourism purpose also this is important. And there are such a region in our country also where people used to go for the tourism purpose only, and tourism is only one business from where the people can earn something, right? So from all of this aspect, the biodiversity is very important, and that is why it needs to be preserved. So I hope that this video is helpful for you to understand about the topic biodiversity. So keep on watching my next videos, and if you found this video helpful for you, then do like, share and subscribe to my channel, and you can put the comment below so that it will be helpful for me also. So keep on watching my videos. Thank you.